And we are live, everybody. Welcome in. TV Sports 27 on the air with you, and we are getting ready for more Revolution Pro Football, the lost season, and we're getting ready for the postseason. We are now past the Week 5 regular season. We are past the wild card round. We've knocked out the 2 wild card games and the top seeds from both wild card games won. You can check out the results on the archives here. But we saw the 10th seeded Huntington Beach Killer Whales fall to the 7th seeded Oklahoma City Bandits, and the 8th seeded Columbus Crusaders knocked off the 9th seeded Birmingham Maulers. So for all the talk, our seeding was pretty accurate, going with the point differential. So all that remains are the 1 through 8 seeds. The 2 wild card teams are going to go on to play the top seeded teams. So advantage for Atlantic City and Portland, as they're going to get to play Oklahoma City and Columbus, who had to play an extra game on their schedule. But for tonight, you guys are going to see the Tennessee Toxic and the Gainesville Clash. Both teams coming in at 3-2. Tennessee home field advantage, and they are the 3 seed. The Gainesville Clash are the 6 seed, and you can check out all the seedings and how we got to this point. Zach Green and Brian, welcome aboard, both of you guys. Glad to have you here. As always, you can check out how we arrived at these seedings on patreon.com/tvsports27. So we knocked out the week 5. We knocked out the 2 wild card games. We are down to the final 7 games. So we got 4 semifinal games, starting with today, Tennessee and Gainesville. And then you're going to see the top-seeded Atlantic City Eclipse taking on the 8th seed Columbus Crusaders. Portland, the number 2 seed, will host Oklahoma City. And then in the semifinal finale, you're going to see the 4th-seeded New York Nightmare hosting the defending Revolution Bowl champion Ann Arbor Annihilators. And then we are going to get to the semifinals and then the Revolution Bowl, and then we will be done. We can bid a fond farewell to this game that we've had many long and fun memories with. But you look at the group that's left. You know, we eliminated the Dragons, the Fury, the Whales, the Killer Whales. So we're down to, you know, potentially we have 7 teams that can win a championship for the first time, or we have Ann Arbor that could potentially repeat. So really quickly, if you look at the brackets and look at everything that's left, you got Tennessee, Gainesville, Atlantic City, Columbus, Portland, and New York, who have never been to the championship. New York, one of the first expansion teams. Oklahoma City, last year making the Revolution Bowl but losing. But Portland, Atlantic City, Columbus, all expansion teams. Tennessee and Gainesville never been to the championship. And you look again, out of the 8 teams that are left, the only teams with championship experience would be Ann Arbor, who won it all last season, and Oklahoma City, who was the runners-up. Other than that, the other 6 teams have never been to the championship before. So huge opportunity for both squads, for all the that are left here. And Tennessee and Gainesville, the Tennessee Toxic, I think they've been to the postseason before. I'd have to look. I think they were there last year. We'd have to check on Patreon. Gainesville has been there before. We already know, going into this one, that Tim Tebow has announced his retirement from pro football. He's going to be a part of the ownership group that is going to lead the Gainesville Clash on to its future life, where they are going to become the North Florida Cheetahs. They're going to go through a rebranding. Tebow's going to bring back the famous Jaguar uniforms, the old colors, and they're going to be somewhat of a north traveling team. They're still going to be, you know, in Gainesville, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, but they're going to kind of travel, kind of what the Tampa Bay Vipers were doing for this season. They're going to become like a traveling team, but they're going to represent all of North Florida. As we said, Tebow growing up in the Jacksonville area and going to college in Gainesville. And there's the give to Walter Payton. Big run for Walter Payton as he gets booted out of bounds. I see you guys, Zach and Brian, got big universe cards coming up. Be sure to check out those guys. They're going to be doing big time things coming up here with their universe. But yeah, this is big business right now for the Gainesville Clash. As we mentioned, we already kind of know what their future is going to be. They were 1 win away last season. They've been to the playoffs before with Tebow, and they won their first playoff game going to triple overtime last season against the Birmingham Maulers, and they went to the semifinals up against the Ann Arbor Annihilators and came up just short in that outing. So here, Tebow hoping to make that run as the 6th seed with the Gainesville Clash. And I suppose we can always keep the Clash name. We can still use that famous Jaguars logo, but we can still call them the Gainesville Clash if we wanted to. But I kind of wanted to bring back that original Cheetahs name from our original league. Of course, we have the Orlando Cheetahs, and that logo kind of looks like, you know, the Jaguar logo. Could either be a Jaguar or a Cheetah. So far, it's just been all running with Walter Payton, and Walter Payton, oh, he's going to kind of dilly-dally down to the 1 yard line and get stopped. Walter Payton, you got to shove that one in there. And, of course, the orange and blue, that is going to go away. And we're going to bring back the teal, the black, the gold. That's Tim Tebow. That is the team he grew up with. Most recently on the Jaguars as a tight end. Tebow trying to go with the quarterback sneak. Can't get into the end zone. Of course, the Tennessee Toxic. They are led by Roger Staubach, drafted this year. And there's your touchdown. So an opening drive, mostly all on the legs of Walter Payton. And the boos raining down here. And you can see it looked like he did indeed cross the goal line. Oh, Tennessee, the Toxic are going to challenge here. So we'll have to take a look. We're talking about Roger Staubach. He's been to the championship twice with the San Antonio Dragons. Season 1 and Season 3 walked away without a title. Can he make it to a 3rd Revolution Bowl? No other quarterback has been there 3 times, and we know it looks like Tennessee is going to win this challenge.
3rd down. This kind of pickup should be no problem for us.
But Joe Montana, he's not going to get a chance to go there 3 times. And Warren Moon won't have a chance as he got knocked out. You know, the other quarterbacks that have been there have been Elway and Marino. So the only person that could possibly a 3-time in there, Gainesville, gets into the end zone. Meyer comes in. And it's a touchdown for the Clash. So there you have it. Gainesville strikes first. The Gainesville Clash. What do you guys think? Are you going to be sad to see the orange and blue go? Or, you know, it'd be kind of cool to see the old Jag uniforms back. But all the teams are kind of rebranding as we go into this new world. I thought about, you know, could we bring back some of the old names, even though the logos in Madden don't really go for it. You know, you don't really have that option if we wanted to keep the San Antonio Dragons. Our San Antonio logos are a sheriff's badge or a horse or what's the other one? I think the Crusader, like a sword or something. So obviously those don't work out for the Dragons. I mean, unless we wanted to keep the horse logo and just call them the Dragons. I don't know. I got Edge versus Roman Reigns for the YouTube Championship. The YouTube Championship. Who's Zack Ryder at? That would be his title. All right, Roger Staubach. 1st and 10. Staubach looking to go to his 3rd championship. And there is a man that won a championship last season with the Ann Arbor Annihilators, Drew Pearson. And it's a quick strike for this Tennessee Toxic offense. And you can hear the fans here. Tebow returning to the old Tennessee Volunteer Stadium. Knoxville, that's where they're playing at. This is old SEC days, and it only took one pass from Roger Staubach to get the Tennessee Toxic on the board, and that's going to be the big difference here. Tennessee, obviously with Staubach, they're going to be passing the ball a lot more frequently. This is almost, I always compare it to the Bills-Giants Super Bowl whenever you have these matchups. Obviously, the Buffalo Bills with Jim Kelly were very much a pass-first, 2-minute drill type offense, while you had Jeff Hostetler and the New York Giants, along with Bill Parcells, there's very much a run and ground and pound type of offense. So now Gainesville's got to immediately come back on the field, and we'll see is the offense going to be gassed, or is the defense for the Toxic going to be gassed here? Walter Payton, 6 carries, 70 yards on the opening drive. Tebow and Payton have been together every step of the way. Obviously, we know in the future that the signing that Tebow and company for North Florida, they're going to end up signing Johnny Unitas. Johnny Unitas, part of the Portland Ironmen. He's going to end up leading the North Florida Cheetahs going forward here. What do you guys think of do you like the name the Cheetahs? I mean, we can still change it if we wanted to. Or do you like the name the Clash? The North Florida Clash. Does that name kind of, does that resonate? We don't have to go with the Cheetahs if we don't want. What vote do you guys? Or do you want to see a rebranding? Obviously, some names are going to live on. The Rhinos name is going to live on in St. Louis. The Firebird name is going to live on. Tebow is just going to run this one, and he's going to get a first down. We also know the Nightmare name is going to live on as part of the New York Nightmare staff is going to partner up with the New England Patriots to keep the New England Nightmare going. And we're also going to have the Brooklyn Beats as well as the New York Shamrocks. I've also wanted to play around with the Shamrock name. Do you guys like that name? Or, maybe a New York Fighting Irish kind of thing, like a take from college football or what have you. What do you guys think about that? You guys let me know in the comments. We'll stick with Cheetahs for now, but if there's enough of an outcry, if you guys want to see the Gainesville Clash name come back, you can always rename them in the future, do a little rebranding. Tebow's going to run it again. Oh, my goodness, and he gets drilled, but hangs on to the football. So you're seeing Gainesville doing it with their feet, as they usually do. Tebow and Payton, they're a pass-first offense, a run-first offense, rather. So far, no answers yet from the Toxic. 2nd and 5.
Okay, people. I Jokers, weak toss. And break.
I Joker, weak toss. You hear Tebow barking his orders. You see Leroy Selman, who's on the far side there. Been with the Toxic his whole career. Toxic joined the league in Season 3 as part of the... or actually Season 4, rather. This is their 2nd year in the league. They were part of the expansion. The New York Assassins came around in Season 2. And in Season 3, we added the St. Louis Rhinos. Season 4 was the Toxic and the Ragin' Rabbits. Tebow, first pass of the game, and he completes it to Heward. Tebow 1 for 1. Oh no, we got a frozen picture. Well, Tebow stepped up and completed the pass. Hopefully, there it goes. Sorry about that. Here, I'll show you on the replay. I hate when that happens. It's all OBS, but here you go. Tebow drops back. He steps up. Boom, with the completed pass. So there you go. Sorry that you guys couldn't see it live, but this tends to lock up sometimes. You guys speak to the good people at OBS. I don't know why it does that. So clock management has been completely in possession of the Gainesville Clash up until this point. I mean, it's been, what, one play for the Tennessee Toxic. And the Gainesville Clash have had the ball the rest of the way. But we are tied 7-7. Could this finally be the year? Can Tebow lead him? He was one win away last season of going to the Revolution Bowl. Walter Payton right up the gut. 3rd and goal on the Toxic 3-yard line. What are they going to come up with here? I got to talk because they play this this Rush song, and it is a big old copyright. I've had to edit out some of my speaking because of copyright hits, and I have all the music turned down, but it'll still blast that song over the loudspeaker. And YouTube is not like that. Tebow just shy of the goal line. 4th and goal for the Gainesville Clash. And the Clash are going to go for it on 4th and goal from the inch line. Volunteer Stadium getting hyped up. Fullback Cartwright, untouched, touchdown. Gainesville Clash. Neyland Stadium, that's what it's called. I had to look it up. In Knoxville, Tennessee. That's where this stadium is located. Obviously, we know in the RXFL. I suppose we can still put them in Knoxville if we wanted. We know there's going to be the Memphis Egyptians and the Tennessee Oilers. And maybe we keep the Oilers here in Knoxville. What do you think? Knoxville is part of our dreams to want to put another college stadium. Obviously, we had Gainesville and we had Ann Arbor, and we wanted to add another college stadium. And that's how we settled on the Tennessee Toxic here. Punt is away. We also added the Columbus Crusaders that year, and they put them in Ohio State Stadium. I wanted to do too with the Oregon team. I thought about putting them in Eugene, Oregon, but I settled on Portland. Of course, Portland being the bigger city, but Eugene was definitely a candidate for their college football accoutrements.
2nd and 7. Ball at the 28-yard line.
Second down and 8 for the Toxic. 14-7. Staubach. Caught by Lavelli. And again, this is the tale of two teams. This is literally Bills-Giants Super Bowl. Score as fast as you can if you're the Tennessee Toxic. Slow and steady wins the race if you're the Gainesville Clash. We're going to see who wins out here. I mean, time of possession is going to be incredible. No WWE tonight. We're only doing this one football game. I will plan on trying to do some WWE this week because we only have the episode of Main Event left, which would be a short stream. It'd probably be about a 30-minute stream. We'll break it here since we want. Since you guys are talking about, we have a pretty big card for Main Event, and it's actually going to be Extreme Rules comes early. We're going to start Extreme Rules on Main Event, and maybe this weekend we'll be able to knock out the Extreme Rules mega event. But here's your card for Main Event. It's going to be official. We're going to have a ladder match for the 24/7 championship in Japan. Taiji Ishimori will take on Hiromu Takahashi in a return match. And boy, if you guys saw the match today, the Best of the Super Juniors finale match, the champion and the challenger going at it. There was a 40-minute match on tonight on this morning's New Japan show, which if you guys missed, you'll want to go back and watch between Ishimori and Hiromu Takahashi. We'll see if we can match that excitement. But on main event, on Extreme Rules, starting early, is going to be the ladder match, which only, the second or third time in the history of New Japan, Ishimori and Takahashi for the 24/7 championship. We're also going to see Sami Zayn and Ricochet, after Ricochet turned down Sami Zayn's offer to form the tag team, the Conspiracy Theorist. Sami Zayn and Ricochet are going to go toe-to-toe on main event. We are also going to see a tables match, tag team tables match. The Natural Disasters are going to take on War Machine, War Raiders, Eric and Ivar. And for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, Sasha Banks and Bayley, the Hug and Boss Connection, are going to challenge Generation Now, Tamina and Natalya, for the women's tag team titles. Those 4 matches on main event. When's the last time you've seen a main event card stacked that high in real life? Well, that's because Extreme Rules comes early, and next time we stream WWE, that's the card you guys are going to get. So stay tuned for that. WWE not tonight, but it is going to come soon. But as always, we encourage you guys to check out patreon.com/tvsports27 if you guys would like to request any streams. You guys can do that over there on Patreon. But I hope you guys are hyped for the card, and we'll enjoy the rest of this football game here between the Gainesville Clash and the Tennessee Toxic. We have just 7 games. We'll have 6 after this of the Revolution Pro Football League. You guys have been asking for it. The lost season is back. If you guys are following us on Patreon, you guys already know who the financial investor is on the seedings stream, the Patreon exclusive stream. But we are going to reveal the financial investor for all you non-patrons at Revolution Bowl 5. So stay tuned for that. As we give is to Cartwright. And he is stopped. But this season coming to a close, and then it'll just be back. We'll be doing the RXFL full time. And you're kind of getting to learn the future of all these teams, where these teams are going to live on in the RXFL. Some expansion teams there, teams that will live on. And one of those teams will be the Gainesville Clash, as they will become the North Florida Cheetahs. Or the North Florida Clash. 3rd and 10. Tebow is going to take off, and he is going to be stopped. 4th and 4 at the 42. Tebow was close, and it looks like Gainesville is going to go for it. This is my favorite gaming channel. Amazing. Thank you, Zach.
We gotta stop him here.
We can fill that void for fans. You guys are the best fans on YouTube. I always say up here. 4th down and 4 for Tebow. Tebow is going to run it, and he's got a 1st down. I've been getting back into, and I might do this on the page here. I haven't done a free play in quite a while. I've been playing a lot of Tales of Vesperia on my Nintendo Switch recently. Getting back into that, and I might do that here on the channel. A little free play, a little non-sports action for you guys. If you guys would like to see that game, give us a thumbs up. Walter Payton lost of 2 yards. So the last couple of runs for the Clash have been for a loss of yards, but Tebow's been able to keep this thing going. Again, time of possession has been completely in favor of the Gainesville Clash, and that's their style. Grind it out, ground and pound. Tennessee's only had the ball for 3 plays. Incredible. Tebow, he's been perfect. Henry Ellard with the grab, and it's 3rd and 5. You see Ellard there. Tebow on the quarterback keeper, and he's got the 1st down. This is incredible. Can they grind it out and run 5 more minutes off the clock? Look at this call. The snap and the quarterback keeper. And Tim Tebow does the rest himself.
1st and 10.
I don't know if they'll be able to get 5 more minutes off the clock. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, to Peyton. Peyton cuts back inside, nearly got tackled for a loss of yards. He ended up picking up 3. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I did not mean to do that. It's all right. We'll just wind some more clock down. What kind of style of offense do you guys like? Do you like the ground and pound, or do you like the high-flying offense? I tend to lean more towards the pro style, this ground and pound. I like wearing a team down. I like killing the clock. I know there's a lot of excitement in the teams that just throw the ball and put up a bunch of points like crazy. Obviously, as a Broncos fan, I got to see the Peyton Manning years and the year where Peyton had 55 touchdown passes. That was awesome. Obviously, that year did not lead to a Super Bowl victory. It led to a Super Bowl appearance. But I honestly, I prefer... Did we just freeze? No way. I think this game just froze. You've got to be kidding me. My Xbox froze. I don't think there's any way to fix this. Because all the stats are going to be lost. Oh, that's horrible. Wow. Guys. We're going to have to come back and do this all again. Because I can't restart at this point. I mean, the stream's going to go for... it would go for another hour. I can't remember the last time my Xbox was frozen on me like this. I can't even, like, I'm holding down the button. This is like a complete hard freeze, and this is all on the Xbox. Wow. That sucks. So, unfortunately, guys, I hate to say it, I'm gonna have to, I mean, I'm still gonna keep this up here, but we're gonna have to, like, upload this as a, I don't know, like a dud stream or something. We're gonna have to come back and do it all again. Because at this point, we're already 30 minutes in. If I started the game over, it's going to be a whole nother hour. And I was only planning on going for about an hour tonight. Man. This sucks. I wanted to see how this was going to finish. Maybe we can come up with a storyline. Maybe it started storming. And we had to cancel the game on account of, let's just say there was lightning in the air. Like Boise State, Boston College style. We can say that there was lightning in the area. The game had to be stopped. And we're going to just have to run it back. Oh my God, I really wanted to see how this was going to end. I wanted to see if the ground and pound style of the Gainesville Clash was going to win out. Or if the Tennessee Toxic were going to figure out a way to stop this rushing offense. But we're never, ever going to know. Literally, the Xbox is frozen. My second controller is flashing green. I can't do anything. The game completely froze. So, like I said, we're just going to have to come up with a storyline. We're going to say that rain started happening. We had thunder, we had lightning, and the game was postponed. They couldn't finish it due to an emergency. So there were talks about, hey, just picking up the game where we left off at. I don't even know if we could do that. Are they even scenarios? Let me just let me restart well, I'm going to have to turn the whole Xbox off here. There you go. Would you guys want to see me pick up from where I left off? Now, the stats would be lost. That would be the only downside. The stats would be completely lost. I think I can do scenarios. We'd have to see where Gainesville left off at as well. Like I said, the only downside would be that all the stats would be gone. There'd be incomplete stats. There'd be no way Unless I figured out a way to do some kind of math and figure out, like, maybe I can go back and do some math and look at the stats and try to add them in. But let's see. Can we get back in this? What yard line were we on anyway? Let's look. Because I think you can do scenarios in this game, which you can't do in Madden. So we may be able to salvage it, even though, like I said, the stats are going to be lost. That sucks. I have not had that happen. Okay, let's see. Where were we? We froze. It was 3rd down and 2 on the 13-yard line. And there was 4:09 remaining and ticking. So we can say 3:30. Let's see if we can even fix this, if we can even salvage this. Let's see. Practice. Talking about practice. So we can do practice, full scrimmage. I don't think we can do scenarios. I thought we could. Are there scenarios in this game? There does not appear to be scenarios. I thought there was. Maybe I'm thinking of 2K. Okay, so the only thing I can think of at this point is maybe I can do a scrimmage. Can I pick different, like, well, let's see if we can actually move the ball. Full scrimmage. Will it actually move the ball? So we would be at the home teams. We were at the 13, so we'll say 10-yard line. Maybe we let Gainesville have the drive finish. We let Tennessee have one drive. And then we just do a first half and we keep the math. And we'd have to add in, like, any stats. That might be the only way we get around this, unless we just completely start over. This is insane. This league is cursed. This is Revolution Pro Football. It is cursed. Let's see if we're able to pull this scenario off here, and just kind of piece this thing together. Time of day, we were doing afternoon. And I think the ball would move down the field, I want to say. Like, until someone scores. Let's see. Oh, we're in Gainesville. It should be the other way around. Well, it doesn't matter. Oh, it does matter because we're going to be all the way back. Well, let's just see. Does it actually keep where we are, or is it going to send you back every time? Let's do a test run here. So I should have the ball at the 20 on the next play. And it starts you over. But I can change the scenario. Away teams 10. This is insane. We're like gonna piece this thing together like crazy. It was 3rd and 2. It was 3rd and 2 yard in here. Yeah. So you can change it. It looks like, okay. So we'll just have to keep doing it like this. So here's what we're gonna do. Obviously, there's no one in the stands. Maybe it's Backstreet Boys reunion tour time. Okay. So there was storm in the area. The game had to be canceled. We brought it back the next day. It's still 14-14. So we're going to let Gainesville have one more possession, and then we're going to let the Tennessee Toxic have one possession after that. When that finishes, we're going to go to the second half, and we're going to play it out, and whoever wins, and we'll have to maybe do, the stats are going to be messed up, unfortunately, for this game, but that's how we're going to finish this tonight. A bizarre scenario here. Never before seen. And the teams switch jerseys randomly in the middle of the thing here. But here you go. It's 3rd down and 2. And the give to Peyton. And he's going to get up to the 3-yard line. So now we got to change it again. Okay. We just got to say goal line. Because there's no other way to There's no other way to put him at the 3. Right? I don't think. So that's a fresh set of downs for the Clash. This is the most bizarre game in history, and there's no one in the stands. This is literally like 2020 football. There you go. Touchdown. So Gainesville ended up scoring a touchdown on that drive. So now we're going to go back into the game. We're going to give the Tennessee Toxic one possession with the ball, untimed, and then we're going to restart the game. Is this weird or what? We're going to restart the game, and then we're going to go into the second half. So we're going to play, obviously, the first and second quarter, and we'll just do the math from there. So it's 21-14.
What's up, Walter?
You just saw it. They ended up scoring it. So Clash call it in the air, and it's head. So they're going to kick, and it's Tennessee's ball, and here is the drive. Obviously, I would think that if Tennessee scores really quickly, like they had been doing, then that would give Gainesville a little bit of time on the clock. Let's just play around with it. So there were 4 minutes on the clock. Let's give them, because we would have run the ball down, 40 seconds off, run the ball, run it down. So let's say 2.5 minutes. So we will play till 8:50, and then we'll restart it. Does all this make sense? This is insane just because the Xbox froze on us. So 2.5 minutes for the Tennessee Toxic. And it is 21-14 right now, Gainesville. This is part 2. They had to come back the next day and finish the game. Never happened before in Revolution Bowl history. It's the cursed season. Here we go. It's a play fake. Staubach. Caught by Lavelli. And they are going to score again in quick fashion. This is unbelievable. It is going to be 21-21, and that's going to give Gainesville still some time. It's going to suck that all the stats are going to be messed up on this, because Staubach, the stats for our stat book, maybe I can piece it together. Like I said, I can maybe, I'll be able to keep the second half stats, and then maybe I can piece together what all happened and try to give my best foot forward here. Or maybe just watch the first half and just piece it together. So 21-21, the Tennessee Toxic have scored an astounding amount of time. They have run 4 plays and scored 3 touchdowns. So it's 21-21. And the Clash are going to get the ball. This half will end at 3:30. Okay? At 3:30, the half is over. And then we're going to start over with it being quote-unquote the second half and go from there. Holy smokes, this is insane. Okay. So the Clash are going to have about 1:30 here, which means Tebow, he's going to have to put the ball in the air, which he hasn't done much. He's been perfect so far. I think there's only been, what, one or two? No, I think he's completed every pass. There hasn't been any incompletions. It's been darn near perfect. So here we go. Tebow completes another one. Going hurry up here. We have officially 1 minute left on the clock. This is going to go till 3:30, just doing our math. Tebow completes it to Ellard. They go ahead and take one of their timeouts. So again, when we left off, when the game froze, we had just got the first down, 4 minutes to go. You assume, again, they run the clock down to 40 seconds off. That would be to like 3:30, 3:20. Run the ball again, because there are 2 plays, and that would get you down to about 2:30 or so. That's where we left off.
This is what we're gonna do.
So that's how we have our math, where the clock would get to 8:30 for it to be the end of the half. Are you keeping up with all this, Zach? This insane scenario that we're having to deal with, because our Xbox froze, which I have not seen it do. God, I've had this thing for years. In fact, I'm kind of amazed at how much the Xbox has hold up. I bought this thing on eBay back when I was in college. So that was 2009, 2010. So it's been more than 10 years that I've had this thing. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I want to say it was 2009 that I got it. So that would have been 13 years. This thing shipped to me in a cardboard box with no padding. And I pulled this open, and I was like, oh my God, this thing is going to be so... It has held up for 13 years. It was literally placed in a box, taped up, and sent to me. No padding, no bubble wrap, no nothing. I was so worried that I was like, this thing's broken. It's done. Tebow is sacked. The Toxic, I guess they can call a timeout, right? I'll just pretend they called a timeout. The Toxic, because they would want the ball back here in this scenario. But it has held up amazingly well. It made it all the way through shipping in a cardboard box with no bubble wrap, with no protection. And here it is. Here it is.
Okay.
So 3rd and 10.
Go.
34 seconds to play in the first half.
22 yards.
It is 21-21. Tebow gets rid of it. It is caught. Ellard, touchdown. 30 seconds to play. Plenty of time for the Toxic. They're even throwing the ball. They can get the job done. 28-21 is your score for the Gainesville Clash. People that are going to be tuning in late to this are going to be so confused. But this is, you know, you got thunderstorms. You got to protect the players. Lightning, delay. I mean, it's like a new thing in football. All right, 30 seconds left on the clock. The Toxic have 2 timeouts because they burned one of them. Even though it says they have 3, they have 2. Woo! Are you keeping up? Is this easy to keep up with? Can I type stuff on the screen? Will that make it easier for you guys? Can I add text? Can I add text to this? Where's my text? How can I type? Hold on one sec. Text. Okay. The score is, which team is first? Gainesville. So it is 28-21, the score. Look at that. Can you guys see that on the screen? I gotta look in the replay, so I can add my own scoreboard here. Let's look. I'm looking. I think the replay is a little behind, but try not to get a delay a game here. Put it down at the bottom, maybe. You can see the score. Look at that. That's beautiful. Okay, let's. Can I put a little drop shadow on this thing here? It's pretty basic. It looks like. Select font. Strikeout, underline. I want to put a little drop shadow on this. Can't do it. Okay. It's pretty basic. Pretty basic here. Can't do it. Okay. So okay, well that's fine. And oh, there are different things. Wow. Okay. Properties, filters, select color. Properties, no, properties doesn't do anything. Select font, select color. That doesn't do anything. Select font. No drop shadow. Okay. I think maybe yellow. Would yellow like pop the most? Stand out the most, perhaps? I think so. And then I should put a quarter. I should put what quarter this is as well. Okay. This is so. I mean, we're finagling this thing as best we can. Properties. Third quarter. We're not in the third quarter yet, but I am just for all. Oh, it changes both. What the heck? No, go back. I can't just change one. Like a copy and paste deal. Okay. I can do it here. Okay. Third. Well, second quarter. Boom. Okay. You guys see that? Yes. Okay, you guys see it. Beautiful. Look at this. This is nuts. I've never had to finagle the system this much, but you can cleanly see here at the bottom of your screen that it is the second quarter. It is 28-21 Gainesville, not the score you see. All right, and there are 30 seconds to play. Staubach. Oh my goodness, that was almost intercepted. That's one of the first bad plays that Staubach has had. Sorry if you guys haven't been really keeping an eye on the chat, just with everything that's been going on. This is a very insane scenario that we've been afforded here. 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. I don't even remember who the heck got the ball first. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the replay. I think, oh man, there, Staubach. They're gonna have to burn another timeout. So 15 seconds to play, with the Clash leading 28-21. I want to say the Clash got the ball first because they went right down the field in that opening drive and scored. So when I do my restart, I'm going to make sure the Toxic get the ball.
This is the big one.
One timeout left for the Toxic. 15 seconds to play in the half. Staubach. Knocked away, incomplete, and they're going to have to punt. So the Gainesville Clash hold them down, and the Clash will get the ball back with 11 seconds to go. Again, we're cutting it at 8:30 for the first half, and then we'll go into the second half. You see the score at the bottom of your screen. The finagling we had to do due to the Xbox freezing. So there is going to be 3 seconds left. So chance for a Hail Mary from Timmy Tebow to end this half. Oh God, I thought the thing froze again. Okay. So here we go. Your final play of the first half. Then we'll go into the third quarter. Tebow dropping back. He is going to heave it up. And it's intercepted. And that is how the most insane half of football that we've ever played in the Revolution Pro League will commence here. So now we're going to move to the third quarter. Toxic get the ball first.
What's up, Walter?
The Clash will make the selection.
So
What is the call?
this will make it at least a
Big
little
deal.
easier, I feel like. We still got to do a little bit of math here.
Tails it is.
So the Clash, the Toxic get the ball.
We'll receive.
Oh, did I click the wrong freaking thing?
Have won the toss.
I did. I clicked the wrong thing.
Hey, Dodger.
The
Clash call
will
it.
make
Okay.
the selection. What is the call?
Heads.
Heads.
Heads it is.
They will kick. Good.
We'll
Okay.
kick.
Now I got it right. Okay. All right, here we go. We are now officially into the third quarter. It is still Clash 28, Toxic 21 in this insane scenario that we've been dealt. We had a frozen game. We had a lightning delay. We're back 24 hours later to resume where we were. And yeah, Clash scored, Toxic scored, and then Tebow led him down the field, and here we are into the third quarter. Staubach somehow got rid of it. He got lit up, but still got rid of the football. And it is now after Gainesville was allowing Tennessee to just score at will, they've kind of clamped down a little bit. The defense finally showing out. Not so much on that play. It was Drew Pearson who had the earlier score. Comes down with the reception there. Third quarter Clash lead, 28-21. And the give to Cobb. Cobb good for 3. They haven't run it too much. I want to say it's only Cobb's second run of the game. It's been all Staubach passing it around.
2nd and 6.
Oh, tipped up, and oh, that should have been intercepted. Studwell. I don't think he realized that was about to hit him in the face.
This is what
So
we're gonna
3rd
do.
and 17.
Done. Quad left, 50 red flood.
3rd and 6 from the Clash, 38-yard.
Don't let him get away, baby.
Staubach knocked away, incomplete, and Gainesville holds again. The Clash finally on defense coming up with answers for the high-powered Tennessee Toxic offense. And they couldn't really put Tennessee in a bad way if they can put some long, lengthy drives together. If they can slow this game down, continue to slow. Remember, they've already slowed the game down. If they can continue to slow this thing down. Tim Tebow and company. He's run the ball well today, many times. The give to Walter Payton. And Payton good for a yard. Payton had been, he'd, been up to like 20 carries or so. They slowed him down recently in the last couple of possessions. But Tebow's doing it through the air with his feet. The Clash, and there goes Tebow again. Well, Tebow thought about it, and then he's going to pass it to Ellard. Tebow, he thought about running it, and Tebow is near perfect. He's like 8 of 9 in this game, if I had to guess, if I knew what the stats were.
1st and 10.
Back to Payton. Right on that toxic logo, right at the center. Picks up 5 yards on the ground. We are in the 3rd quarter. Gainesville leads 28-21. A scenario never seen before in the Revolution Pro League. Give to Payton again, and Payton met right at the line, doesn't gain anything. Completely held down. So 3rd down and 5.
3rd and 4 from the Clash, 50-yard.
Tebow will take off. 1 yard shy. What a stop. And now it's decision time for the Clash. They already went for it once. It looks like the Gainesville Clash are going to elect to go for it once again. They did earlier. It paid off. They've been running the ball well. I formation. They lost a step when they lost Icky Woods in the draft, but they've kept going. It's, oh my goodness, it didn't work. A designed QB sneak. Tebow tried to fool him by stepping back. That might have ended up costing the Gainesville Clash in this scenario. Hey, Zach, speaking of ladder matches, we got a big ladder match coming up on main event. Ishimori and Takahashi for the 24/7 championship. So you want to see some ladder clash. And I know you'll be there. You're always there. Make sure you're there for the main event. Staubach. Oh my goodness, Staubach stacked. Defense showing up to play all of a sudden here.
Second and 13.
Toxic trail by 7.
Down. Sit.
Pearson knocked out of bounds.
Grant with the push out of
But
bounds.
not before the good completed catch, and it's 3rd down and 7. Toxic don't want to squander this good field position. All of a sudden, the Clash have clamped down on defense. It's insane. Staubach. Alte in the pocket. It's incomplete. The Clash defense does it again. Hitting Jay Mills right in the hands. Staubach had all day in the pocket, and it was a good pass by Staubach. Yeah, flat out drop by Mills. We'll go back to Gainesville. Midway through quarter number 3. A rest period, if you will. These teams came back the next day after the storm. This is the 6-seeded Gainesville Clash, the 3-seeded Tennessee Toxic. Tennessee just missed out on getting one of those top seeds. Tennessee was the best of these 3 and 2 teams, in part because of their high-powered offense, which you've seen on display here today, which you saw on display last time these guys duked it out.
First and 10 from the Clash, 12 yards.
Where you saw the Toxic and the Raging Rabbits, right? Is that the game that we did before? Or what was the other game? We'll look here. Look in the archives. It was a Toxic and the Iron Men. That's right, and the Iron Men won, and that's how they went to 4-1. It was a battle for potential top seeds. So that's how the Toxic finished as the 3 seed. So they had their chance to get one of those top seeds. They didn't make it, but they are the 3 seed here, which seems fitting. Gainesville will be in the 6, and we will reseed as well. So it's not a guarantee after these teams play who's going to play who. We'll reseed them. But we are down to seeds 1 through 8. Tebow, it is caught. Pete Bios. First down, Gainesville. And it's to a big advantage of the Clash. As we said, slow and steady. The only thing that's going to bum me out with this, so we had to restart, is we're not going to know the time of possession. Because it was like 80% possession for the Gainesville Clash. And Tebow going to throw it on first down. Stepping up and incomplete. Are you kidding me? Wide open and it's dropped. That's brutal if you're a Clash fan.
Second and 10 from the Clash, 25 yards.
That really hurts. Walter Payton, big run by Payton.
Payton with the catch. He'll pick up 6 yards on the play. Number 43 credited with the tackle.
Defense. 3rd and 4. No scoring in the second half yet. First down, Gainesville. I mean, as long as Tennessee is going to be unable to stop this rushing attack of the Clash, they're going to control the clock, and I hate to say it, I mean, obviously, the Toxic can score at will. That's a given. That's a given. But if Gainesville goes up by 2 scores, it's going to put the Toxic in a real bad situation here. Only 1 yard on the ground for the Clash right there. Third quarter coming to a close. 28-21 your score. Tipped up, intercepted. Second INT of the game from Tim Tebow, the first on the Hail Mary at the end of the first half. And a huge turnover right there.
What is wrong with me?
Tebow upset. He's already announced this is his retirement tour from football 5 years after returning. A team placed in his college stadium back in Gainesville, Florida, where he's had 5 years, a couple of playoff seasons in there, and was 1 win away a season to go from going to the Revolution Bowl. Quarterback sack. It's Art Donovan. How much does that fell away?
9 on the play.
Okay, let's run. Bunch 50, Z.
How can the
drag,
Toxic
run.
wake
Stay
this
sharp.
offense up? They
Right.
were scoring at will earlier.
2nd and 18 from your T-Rex, 47-yard.
They perhaps scored too quickly at the end of the second quarter. That allowed Gainesville to get the ball back and drive down the field. Caught by Lavelli, and there you go. You better just get in there, Lavelli. That is going to make it 28-28 with this pending extra point. Another touchdown by Staubach.
Back to the point after. No, on the hold.
There you go.
Now, guys, this is nothing. When we get the lead, let's get back out there and crack some heads.
.28-28. There you go. Don't you love it? Editing on the fly. Again, just a recap if you're joining us. Lightning, frozen Xbox. We had to start the thing over. We're in the third quarter. Gainesville, opening drive, storm down the field. Slowly, steadily, as quickly as a storm as you can get. And they got the touchdown. The Toxic answered right back. Gainesville again, slow and steady pace, the drive, and the score. And it's pretty much been going back and forth from there.
First and 10 from the Clash, 28-yard line.
Down. Sit.
This will be the final play, I would imagine, of the quarter.
Payton with the carry. Gain of 3 on the play. Farmer with the tackle.
Yep, they're going to let this wind down.
That's the end
There it
of the
is.
first
We
quarter.
head to the fourth quarter.
Your T-Rex, 7.
If I can spell it. All right, folks. 28-28. This is what we all come down to. Who's going to take it?
2nd and 6. Ball is 31 yards.
10 minutes to play. The give to Payton. First down, and Walter Payton is gone. Touchdown. Gainesville Clash.
59 on the play.
Unbelievable. Wow, what a game.
Rosa is back for the point after. Arf will hold the kick.
Ooh, this can go either way. Zach, this can go either way.
The extra point is good.
35-28. Gainesville leaving it all out on the field right now. This is one of the most unique games I've had the privilege of broadcasting to you guys, with everything that went on. 35-28 is your score. You got to look at the official score at the bottom of your screen, guys, not the score. The only thing you can look at on the scoreboard is the time. The time is accurate. The score in the quarter is not. This is the fourth quarter. It is 35-28. Mickey James is injured. Well, she could sit at home and watch this game. That's what's happening right now. I'm so excited I can't even speak. 9:45, still plenty of time for the Toxic. Oh my goodness, that one was nearly intercepted. Clash trying to run it in for a score there. Looks like Tennessee, they're content to just keep throwing the football here. Staubach. Oh my goodness, I think he tried to run it. And he took the sack.
He loses 4 yards on the play.
Dan Somalia. Yeah, Staubach, he was either going to step up or he tried to run. And that was no good. The Toxic has struggled all of a sudden, and maybe the pass-happy offense. The Clash has figured this out finally after they allowed these easy touchdowns, and they've still allowed 4 touchdown passes here. And they're going to allow another one. Oh, they had a chance to stop him. Pearson doesn't quite have the speed. He's tackled inside the 30. Drew Pearson wants to go back to the Revolution Bowl. I don't know why the heck when it zooms in, you see how the stream kind of cuts in two. I don't know what's happening today. We're doing our best, folks. Maybe there's still bad storms. I don't know.
Thanks for giving me all that time, but
It's a bizarre happenings right now. The give to Reggie Cobb. And he gets 6. So the ground game, which they haven't really been utilizing much, now they want to use it. Could we get overtime when this is all said and done? Holy smokes. I wanted to stream for an hour. I'm already an hour in due to the scenario. Cobb with the first down. I got to watch NXT after this. I got to get ready. Do all my shower, everything, then hop in. I got to watch NXT, which I haven't even watched yet. What a night. What a night this has been. Oh, my goodness. Incomplete. It hit the hands. Was that Mills again? I believe it was. It's not going to make Staubach happy. The things that are on the line in this game. This is the first semifinal playoff game. We're down to the final 8 teams. For the Tennessee Toxic, Roger Staubach. Touchdown, Tennessee. Staubach trying to go to his 3rd Revolution Bowl. He would be the only quarterback in the league to go to 3 championships in 5 years. Montana and Moon went to 2. They're not going to get to 3. They've both been eliminated already. Staubach would have a chance to go to 3, the only quarterback in the league to do so, and he would have a chance to win his first. For the Clash, for Tim Tebow, an opportunity to finally get to the championship, to get back to a championship game since the national championship when he was a Florida Gator, and to do it with the Gainesville Clash, where he went to school, where he became so famous. Now we're tied 35-35. Tebow was 1 win away in season 4 from going to the Revolution Bowl. They fell short against the Ann Arbor Annihilators. They've been to the playoffs before. They had an incredible 6 overtime game in the playoffs a couple of seasons ago with the Killer Whales. Go check out that on Patreon. Patreon.com/TVSports27. If you want to see how all 6 of those overtimes played out, you can check out the stat books. They're all up right now on Patreon. Advantage Gainesville right now. 7.5 to play. And if they can wind this clock all the way down, They can win this game. Well, they might just let Walter Payton have a freebie. Walter Payton is having a career game. Touchdown. What is Walter Payton doing? He's lost his mind out there. Taunting into the end zone. Doing a Randy Moss. He's got to be over 400 yards in this one. I'm going to have to add up. I'm going to have to figure out what his first half numbers were. Add up these numbers. What a day for Walter Payton. At some point, is somebody going to go for 2? Or are they just going to keep exchanging scores? One of the most bizarre games I have broadcasted in my time. In my YouTube career. You're seeing it right here. And it's going to come down to an incredible ending. 42-35 clash. There is still 7 minutes to play in this game. Carl O'Reilly. Is that the machine gun? And the Irish Ace? I don't know. Here we go. How does Tennessee play this now? Do they try to score quickly? Knowing that Tennessee has Gainesville has the ability to run the clock out. It's like seeing the Vols and the Gators all over again. This scenario, man. I mean, it's the SEC all over again right here. Our college teams: Knoxville, Gainesville, Columbus, Ann Arbor.
I can get you some crutches, Starback.
Tennessee maybe wanting to take the slow. Maybe Tennessee's going to try to kill the clock. Or do you score quick and let Gainesville try to get it back and you try to hold them, or you try to, I don't know what the scenario is. They're going to run it again with Cobb. Back-to-back runs, and Cobb is stopped. So third and 4 for the Toxic. And now you almost guarantee it's a passing situation here. Staubach is going to run the ball. And he slides down at midfield. Roger the Dodger. What a guy. They run it with Cobb again. Cobb picks up 4. Is Tennessee going to try to wind this clock down? Can they get 5 minutes to come down? Tie it up and get into overtime. They risk danger if they score now. Allow Tennessee, or allow Gainesville an opportunity to run the clock. But now you're in a bad spot here at 3rd and 6. Whew, this is big business. Zach, can you feel it? Can you feel this ending? This is going to be big business, guys. First down, Dante Lavelli. 5 minutes to play. Tennessee could be looking to try to wind the clock down. Play for overtime, get that final score. They give it to Cobb. No, they give it to Bennett, pardon me, and Bennett picks up 6. That'll run the clock for another 40 seconds. Can they get 4 seconds to tick down? Now, we know Gainesville can score fast. We saw him do it at the end of the first half. Tebow took him down the field.
26 yards.
First down, Cobb. Another 40 will tick down. Interesting right now by the Toxic. They've been pass happy all day. Now they're starting to play the clock game. They still trail by 7. It is 35-42. Clash on top. How much of this clock can they get to come down? And will Gainesville start calling timeouts at this point? And they have the lead, but in case they want to get the ball back, try to win in regulation. They're going to lose another 30. It's going to be 2.5 before this one snaps. Somewhere thereabouts, a little before 2.5. Zach, what do you think about this ending, man? Carl O'Reilly's getting into this one, I think. Oh, Cobb had an opening. Couldn't quite get there. It's 3rd and 3. So this is big now all of a sudden. And you can let this wind down to the 2-minute warning.
3rd and 3.
It's going to be an audible. Look at this. Who are you looking for? It's incomplete. Oh my God, Pearson couldn't get it. It's 3rd and 3, so 4th and 3. They played conservative to get the clock down. It is 4th and 3, and the Toxic obviously have to go for it now. This is the ball game. They wound it down on 3rd down. They couldn't get it. Staubach's legs might be critical here. Staubach's going to run it. He didn't get it. Art Donovan stopped him. Art Donovan stopped Staubach. They can't challenge because it's after 2 minutes. Oh my goodness, folks. They did not get the 1st down. The give to Peyton. I gotta control, because I'm gonna have to take timeouts. I'm gonna have to take timeouts for the Toxic. I gotta control defense, a rare controlling of the defense here. But they're not gonna call timeouts because they think it's the end of the 2nd half. It's the 4th quarter. I can just switch back and forth. I mean, I figure if you're Gainesville, come on, I hate when it locks you into the cutscene. If you're Gainesville, you're just going to keep running the football. You got no incentive to do anything more.
Everybody ready? It's going to be tight triple, strong draw.
However,
Break.
I will put a little asterisk on that, knowing how quickly that the Toxic score. It could potentially come back to hurt the Clash. Oh my goodness, Peyton had a big opportunity to burn through there, and he didn't make it. So the Toxic call their 2nd timeout, and now all of a sudden, if you're the Clash, you might think about having to throw the ball right now. Right? Because you can't take the chance. It's 3rd and 12. All of a sudden, Tennessee has a chance. What a game this has been, despite everything that happened. Right? What an insane game this is going to turn out. This is going to go down in history.
Let's run. Trey,
the frozen Xbox, the weather delay, coming back the next day, piecing it all together, and to have this insane ending. This is going to go down in history. Tebow sacked by Leroy Selman, and the Toxic are going to get the ball back. Leroy Selman, who's been quiet today. Holy smokes, guys. I can't believe this. Hour and 20 minutes in, but it's been an insane ride. Look at this field position the Toxic are going to get. And if this goes into overtime, this is going to go even longer, guys. Here we go, a minute 30. 42-35, Gainesville. Play fake. Stepping up. Ew, almost intercepted. Cronwell. Incomplete. Oh, my goodness. Staubach had to get away from the pressure and nearly got the INT. Staubach's been pretty darn perfect today. Staubach is sacked. No timeouts. 3rd and 18. Tick, 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 tick. 3rd and 18. Staubach. It's caught by Lavelli. Touchdown, Tennessee. Toxic. Can you believe that on 3rd and long? The extra point will tie at the 2-point conversion. Could give him the lead. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They're going to go for the tie. We might get overtime, folks. We might get overtime. This is going to be one of the longest streams of football in history. In our overtime, we do the college rules here. It is good, folks. It is 42-42. Now, the Clash have all their timeouts. They only need to get into field goal range. And the most pieced together football game in history would get more pieced together if we go into overtime. Holy Toledo. That's all I gotta say. Whew. I might have to rename this stream, like, most insane game in the history of football. I don't know, something. This is wild. Gainesville is gonna have a minute left. 42-42 tie game. Obviously, both these teams want this so badly. Tebow wants to win another playoff game. Like he did in Denver, like he did in Gainesville last season. He was hoping to bring championships to the Clash. It hadn't happened yet. Oh my goodness, what a catch. What a catch. And the Clash call a timeout. People thought, man, Tim Tebow, Gainesville, this is going to be a title team. They didn't get there in season 1. They've been there for a couple of seasons. They just haven't gotten to the championship quite yet. This could be their big opportunity. For Staubach, he wants to get to the championship for a 3rd year in 5 tries and win what he couldn't do in season 1 and season 3. But right now, Tim Tebow is leading them down the field with his arm. Still 2 timeouts, 40 seconds. All they need to do is get into field goal range. Tebow wide open, and it's dropped by Cartwright. Are you kidding me? That would have all but guaranteed victory for the Gainesville Clash. Oh my goodness, what kind of pep talk is Tebow giving right now? Like, shake it off, son. Shake it off. Incomplete. Ellard can't hang on to it. 29 seconds to go. This game is unbelievable. Unbelievable, this football game. Pressure coming, and Tebow is sacked. Leroy Selman. The Clash, I assume, are going to let the clock wind down, take a timeout, and go for maybe one final Hail Mary. Calling the timeout. If they complete it, they can maybe still be in field goal range. If they take a sack, though, they're going to be in a bad way, because that would give Tennessee an opportunity here. 7 seconds to go, and this stream is about to get longer if they don't complete it. Tebow rolling out. Time winding down. Incomplete, and we are going to overtime. Can you believe this? 42-42, the most insane game. Let's look at the stats real quick, just so I'll have something to write down after the fact. Look at that. I'm going to have to do some kind of math to figure out the everything that's happened so far. The numbers. I mean, Peyton's got to have like at least 400 yards at this point. This is insane. Troy Polamalu, I forgot he's out there. Okay. So we can just keep going from here. So how overtime works, we do the college style for our rules. So what we do is we just do the coin toss, and then we do an onside kick and give the team the ball at the 40. And not every time the onside kick gets recovered, and we just do overtime style. So, boy, Tebow's been involved in some memorable overtimes in our league over the years. Of course, we told you about the 6 overtime game with the Huntington Beach Killer Whales.
Will receive.
Toxic are going to take the ball first.
Has won the toss.
Okay, of course, like I said, we'll onside kick it to give them the ball at the 40. We do college rules here, even though the game's not set up for that. We're going to piece it together again like we've been doing, and hopefully... Oh my God. And they actually recovered it. He failed onside kicks ahead. Okay, well, I'm just going to knee the ball a bunch of times and give it back to him. Give the ball back right there. So anyway, like I said, college rules. Memorable overtime games that the Clash have been involved with in their time. We talked about the 6 OT game with Huntington Beach. And again, if you want to see all these scores, patreon.com/tvsports27. All these scores are up right now. All the stat books for the first 2 years of this league. And again, this is why I'm going to miss this league. This league has been absolutely insane like this. This is a very fun game, an incredible game. But it's just easier on Madden because I have a full 32 roster lineup of legends, where this you're limited to your number of legends. It's just so much easier as well, you know, having a 32 team league, all the trades. Like if I wanted to make a trade or something, I would have to edit like 3 different rosters. All right, so the Toxic are gonna get the ball now. First overtime. Tennessee with the possession first. Because if you imagine, you can only, I mentioned before, you can only do like 8 teams at a time. So I had to have different save files. So if I wanted to put Tebow on a different team, I had to do that for all 8 save files, then go in and save the thing, and it's just a whole to-do. It's just easier to have it all in Madden. But I will thoroughly miss this incredible game. So we have gone into overtime. It's insane how long this stream has gone. I said I wanted to stream for about an hour. We've gone an hour and a half tonight so far. But this has been an incredible game. And we were talking about overtime games for the Clash. Not only the 6 overtime game against Huntington Beach, season 4 last season, the overtime game with the Birmingham Maulers, where the Maulers and Pearson touchdown. Now they have to go for 2 after the 3rd quarter, just like the OG college rules, not the new stupid rules that they have. So there is your score. And the Toxic, who has actually trailed pretty much all of this game, they've been playing from behind on the Gainesville Clash this entire game. They take the first lead. So there you go. I mean, it's pretty much been a back and forth battle, but it's been Gainesville leading the way. So 49-42. And you're telling me these guys don't want to win this ball game? Staubach doesn't want to go to another Revolution Bowl. Tebow doesn't want to get to his first. So this is it. The Clash have to score and kick the extra point for OT to continue. If it does not, then the game is over and the Toxic will move on, and they will play host to somebody in the second. Well, actually, no. If the 1 and 2 seed win, they will be on the road. If the 1 or 2 seed gets defeated, then the most likely scenario would be that the Toxic get to host the next game, next playoff game. So here we go. This is it. The Clash have to score to keep this thing alive. And Walter Payton Oh my God, look at Walter Payton go. You gotta be kidding me. It's a game that will never end, folks. An unbelievable ball game we are seeing tonight. An unbelievable effort for both these teams. And it's a shame that they're going to lose in the end. Somebody's going to lose. Somebody has to lose. This is looking good for the Clash. Touchdown. Now the Clash will get possession of the ball again. We're doing college rules. I wish the NFL would just adopt the freaking college rules. They do so much tinkering. They did the rules. The first team that scores a touchdown wins. Then they did, you know, each team gets a possession. Now they're doing each team gets a touchdown. It goes. Just do college rules. College overtime rules are the best. Not the rules they have now. College ruined it now with how they are. Well, they were trying to do player safety, and then they've had like 10 overtime games now with their new crazy rules. So now we move to double overtime. Unbelievably. We got to rematch it here because we got to get Gainesville to get the ball first now.
Hey, Dodger.
Gentlemen, please make your call.
Tails.
Tails it is.
They'll receive the ball, and we will onside kick it so they can get the ball at the 40. College style. And that will begin overtime number 2. And as we said, when we get to the third overtime, you got to start going for 2. Just like the college game. That's how we do it in Revolution Pro. Now, unfortunately, we can't do that in the Madden game. I suppose we could kind of fake it, but actually we couldn't because I'm writing all this down in stat books. In Madden, there'd be no way to fake it because I couldn't do this scenario of just hitting restart, because the game would need to save. So these rules, unfortunately, will go out the door in Madden. It would be cool if they gave us some customization options where we could do our own OT rules, but you know. So double overtime, 49-49 in one of the wildest games, and we've had some wild playoff games now in the history of Revolution Pro Football. This is not the first. Hopefully it won't be the last, but my goodness. I mean, think about the game we just saw between the Birmingham Maulers, that insane game. That came down to the wire. We had a blowout to start our postseason, and Walter Payton's going to break loose, and he gets a first down. It has been all Walter Payton in this game. Walter Payton has had games where he's been up and down. He hasn't been perfect at times. Today, he's showing up, much like Emmitt Smith.
1st and 10.
Payton again, straight up the gut, 9 yards on the ground. If you're Gainesville, as well, as successful as they've been, do you go ahead and go for the 2-point conversion early? What do you think, Zach? Go for the 2-point conversion early, or just chance it? Just wait for the defense. Payton again. Oh, my goodness. Payton could have hit the Jets a little bit faster. He would have been in the end zone. Look at that. There's Revis Island. Darrelle Revis with the stop.
1st and 10.
Payton's got to be gassed. I mean, I said maybe 400 yards rushing, 300. I don't know, but he's had a bunch of rushing yards. They give it to Cartwright now. Again, this was really a rushing attack when they had Iggy Woods on the team. They lost him in the draft.
Credited with the tackle.
Not much rushing the ball either for T-Bone the latter half of this game. It's been Walter Payton being so successful with it. Giving it back to Payton. Oh my goodness, the Toxic can't find a stop. It's 3rd and inches.
Anytime, sweetness. I can do that anytime.
8-town down, right? Here we go. This is a big play right now in this ball game. Double overtime. Tebow has fumbled the football, and the Toxic take over. You have got to be kidding me. Tim Tebow cannot believe what he's just done. The Toxic can win the game on a field goal. The QB sneak. It was popped out. Who popped it out? Duncan. I think he's a scrub player. Ain't no scrub now. Pop the ball out from Tim Tebow. It was on the ground forever. Eventually, who recovered that? Malone. Oh my goodness. So now we got to restart because we got to onside kick it to the Toxic. Put them at the 40. This could be it, folks.
Gentlemen,
It potentially came down.
heads it is.
It potentially came down to who was going to make the biggest mistake because these teams have been near perfect. And it might be Tim Tebow that ends up costing the Gainesville Clash. The Toxic just need to get into field goal range. This is it. Double overtime. A turnover. An interception. A fumble. No points. We go to triple overtime. Any points are scored, whether it be touchdown, not two-point conversion, a field goal, the ball game is over. And the Toxic move on. We've had no field. I don't think we've had any field goal attempts in this game. It's been all touchdowns. This is it, guys. This is the ball game. Cobb, big opening. Gets the first down. I like the name Toxic. We need that name in sports here. Wow! Oh my God! The drops on both sides are starting to eat these guys up. We get Toxic attraction. Why not the Toxic in football? I don't know. This kick would still be pretty long if they don't move the ball anymore here. It'd be a 42-yard kick. Oh my God! This game could be put away right now. Some of these catches could have been made down the stretch. Staubach now. You don't want to eat a sack here. Staubach steps up. Caught by Pearson. That might be your ball game, folks. This could be it. How conservative do they play? Now, again, they could fumble it, much like Tebow just did. Look at this. Do you let Cobb try to score twice with the potential that a fumble could happen? Or do you go ahead and just try to take the kick? Cobb is right there. It is not looking good right now. I hate to say it for the Gainesville Clash. Unless you're a Toxic fan, then you'll love to see it. 4th and 1 at the 1-yard line. Field goal unit will come out. And this would end the game. This stream that's an hour and 40 minutes that was taking place over 2 days would come to a conclusion right here. For the win and to move on to the second round. The Tennessee Toxic win in double overtime. It is all over, guys. The Toxic are moving on. Double overtime. There you go. 52-49. Double overtime. Paul, you just missed one of the most incredible games I've ever streamed here. I'm about to stop this stream because it's 11:30 at night. I want you to go back and watch all hour and 40 minutes of this, Paul. You will be thoroughly entertained of everything that happened. The most improbable, insane, incredible game that was broadcasted in the history of TB Sports 27 just happened tonight. And the Tennessee Toxic, the 3 seed, will advance on to the semifinals. They are 1 win away from Revolution Bowl 5, which would be Staubach's 3rd trip. Thank you guys, Zach, Brian, Paul. You came in at the end, but we still love you being here. You guys are awesome. This game was insane. I'm going to remember this for a long time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.